Yes, that's right. BGS are officially recognizing the print differences between Attack on Titan original prints and the new texture that appears on the recent reprint. Now, I did a video about this about 2 weeks ago where you can see the texture differences. So if you haven't seen that, you want to see what the difference is, go check that out. However, we have some confirmation here. Now, first of all, the first thing that happened today was I was sent this image on Instagram. It's a screenshot of someone's cards, someone's graded order. And as you can see, Aaron SP has reprint in some big capital text there right next to the card name. Now, that doesn't obviously confirm anything. It does indicate that something is going on in terms of identifying reprints and the original prints. So big shout out to snowballtcg. He is the person who's been communicating with Beckett and trying to get them to identify the difference in prints, and I believe he's been speaking to them since last year, since Attack on Titan final season came out and this was recognized. So he sent them a little follow-up email because the last he heard was they were looking into it, and that was kind of left at that. So once he saw this, he followed up, and here we have Beckett's reply to his email. So this is the confirmation that we have. They are confirming that, yes, we have both prints now in our system. This is the confirmation he's received, that the go-ahead on this is all clear. So obviously, this leads to a lot of other questions in the sense that, you know, how do you relabel, recase the cards? So he has followed up with this email here. So a few things he wants to clarify. At the moment, there's no reply to this, but I'd imagine they seem quite quick at replying to him. So I might have to do a follow-up video at some point once we get a bit more information out. But yeah, he's just trying to confirm, you know, does this apply to all Volume 1 SPs for Attack on Titan? Because obviously in the picture, it's the Eren that's labeled as reprint. But yeah, are we getting that reprint label for all 3 of Volume 1 SPs? Also, he's just asking information about how to get his current slabs relabeled, because obviously they don't have that information on there now. So he's obviously looking to get them reslabbed, and just asking how to go ahead with a submission form. How do you indicate on the form that that's what the intention is, that it needs to be reslabbed with the updated label information? And then lastly, what is the new labeling for the first print cards? If you just put reprint on these, it would cause issues with all those that have been graded already that don't have reprint, because it makes them look like the original print if they then don't indicate that on the card. So obviously we are going to assume they're going to put some sort of first print, original print, or some text information on the cards, you know, the original cards, to identify that from the reprint. Obviously, that's the questions he's put forward to them. But for collectors, this is a huge thing. Like, personally, I just wasn't expecting this to happen for some reason. Like, I've never gone through this process, so I don't know how long it takes, how much information they have to verify, how many people have to confirm that this is the texture of the original, this is the texture of the reprint. Like, I have absolutely no idea, and I just, yeah, it's happened. It's happened. It's done now. BGS are officially recognizing it, which, yeah, as collectors, that is fantastic. There's going to be a lot of people that are really, really happy. I know people would have bought the original prints not long before the reprints came out, and those cards were pushing like hundreds, thousands of dollars nearly for some of them. And obviously a lot of people probably got quite burnt by that, unfortunately. But I'm not expecting this to mean that those original cards are now suddenly worth $1,000 again and back to where they are in terms of price. Like, obviously they have scarcity and rarity behind them, and that's why they were so expensive back then. But you also need to remember that there are now reprint versions. They do look the same. They have the same coloured signature. So back then, the only option if you wanted those cards was to buy the rare, expensive SPs where there weren't, you know, hundreds and hundreds of them around. and they were hard to even find for sale. Whereas now it's like, if you're a fan of the show and you just want the card and you're not that bothered whether it's got a different texture because it's the original print or the reprint, then obviously you go with the cheaper option. You buy the cheaper $100 reprint card because it looks the same, it just has a slightly different texture. However, that said, I know loads of collectors will be really happy that this variation has been identified and going to be labeled. I know as a collector that there's so many people out there that love all the variations and figuring out all these differences, and for that to be labeled, I know there's people out there that have only just learned that there actually was a texture difference despite the set being out, well, coming out last year. So the fact they're going to identify that on the label, I just think it will bring awareness to the fact that there's differences and just make it much more legit, other than everyone in the community sort of just agreeing that, you know, there is differences to the print, but it's not, you know, that big of a deal. So I will expect the original prints, once this sort of comes out and you start seeing the slabs returned with the reprint or original print, whatever they go with on the label, I do think that will help the original cards sort of in their prices. Their prices will likely go up, but yeah, I'm not expecting them to be like anywhere near like the $1,000 mark like they were before. But yeah, really, really great news. Like, I'm super excited to hear this. I just came out of nowhere. I just wasn't expecting this for a long time. I just thought this process would have been really, really long. So really happy to hear that. It's really exciting. It will be really interesting to see if other grading companies will now start to recognize it as well. Maybe PSA will start to recognize that. Maybe we can reach out to them. But yeah, massive thanks to snowballtcg. Here's his Instagram. Yeah, if you want to go, if you're on Instagram, go follow him. He's got an insane collection, and yeah, a huge thanks to him. And also Segfault. I hope I'm saying that right, but I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. The one is supposed to be an owl. So thanks to you, because the first image that we got today of this is his card and this is his image. So yeah, thank you for letting me use this information and your screenshots in this video. And yeah, hope you like the video. Please hit like, and if you're interested in more Weiss Schwarz videos, please hit subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.